Welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero, where we are about to play the interlude between Act 1 and Act 2. Limits and demonstrations. Play. Limits and demonstrations. And it is set where? Oh, last times there was stuff. Oh, what's this? That's different. Limits and demonstrations. A Lula Chamberlain retrospective, marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years. This retrospective exhibition of work by pioneering installation artist Lula Chamberlain compromises a diagonal slice through time, place and form. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years. Designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a range of scale and impact, from the intimate warmth of the vertex texture fetch to the infamous visage, the latter of which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. Yet these works share a confounding legacy. In each of their debut exhibitions, they were nearly impossible to install. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and highly skilled labor involved in maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed under the weight of logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so, just as they described the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges and vertices of her itinerant home life, and the beginning and end of her distinguished career, the works on display here also trace the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience as both viewers and exhibitors. Are we capable of viewing these works as they were meant to be viewed? Do we even want to be? Basement Puzzle Number 2, Artist Sunset and Horse, 1976, Plastan Wire. Oh, we're Emily now, okay. What do you think she means by puzzle? Yeah, weird. I guess it's something you can't solve. It must be symbols, artist, sunset, horse, or it's an anagram or like a code. Or it's just a misdirection. Maybe it's a puzzle, but there's no right answer. That's kind of sad. That looks weird. Overdubbed Nam June Pike installation in the style of Edward Pecker, 1965, 1973, 1980. Magnetic tape, handheld tape playback head, speaker system, voice of the artist, computer synthesized speech. Oh, I read about this one, it's interactive. How does it work? It's a bunch of old tape and you run this tape playback head along it and just listen to the recordings, I guess. Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. As Bob drags the playback head along the tape, a woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. We start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in the hallway. I am in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. There are some punched cards on the floor. A synthetic voice recording, spliced awkwardly into the tape, lists out options in monotone. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Examine the cards. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Encoded in the holes punched through these cards, a first draft of the poetic subsystems. I can't read punched cards by sight. Donald can, I think. Anyway, this version was pretty underwhelming. Activate computer. So loud, I love it. I'm now holding the punch cards. One of them, Joseph has scribbled a note. Caves. Caves, the other is blank. To insert caves card. Or blank card, the caves card. We are on a dirt trail in the park. Oh well, it's not really a trail. It's a trail. It's more like a tendency. There tend to be fewer plants here on the path we've been walking. Walking sounds. Now we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rocks as the foreground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I. To enter the cave, rotate. Enter the cave. That's the last strip, so everything's down here now. The final resting place. Don't be so morbid. To remember font gesture, rotate. To regret at the archword. To remember font gesture. It's morning now, I'm in the car, I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow, and then who knows. Been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here's the story. When I met Donald and Joseph, they were both students and I was in a band performing on campus. They came to my show and then we met at some bar and had a few drinks together. Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail rumbler and gave it to me. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning and finally ended up at a diner. And now I use the tumbler to store extra pens on my desk. So I'm almost out of tape, I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive. Okay, hey, go back a bit, maybe we missed something. Yeah, let's go back. Sure. Regret the harsh word. It's late morning now, I'm sitting at my desk on my lunch break. This is the last recording. The first time I moved to Mexico, I stayed here for 3 years and I had no contact with either Joseph or Donald in that whole time. They each thought I'd done it to spite them. Maybe I had in part, but I don't think that they ever appreciated the community I had in Mexico. Or anyway, when I came back, I didn't call them or visit the university. I ran into Donald completely by chance at a hardware store. He asked me why I hadn't called, and I told him it hadn't occurred to me. I'm almost out of tape. No instructions? No, that's the end of the tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the top here. Is it cheating to skip over there? I won't tell a soul. We go to another strip. Think of our work, our research. You die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. We'll go deeper, that's all. They will never find us. Did you hear their voices? They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop, your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right, we can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down the zero. You'll be lost forever. But we need your voice for the machine, Lula. It only recognizes your voice. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Oh. Interesting. Okay, that's awesome. Wow. That looks weird. Visage, 1984, unknown media. What's this made of? It's a mystery, looks like ribbon, bandages. Oh, have you seen The Invisible Man? It's slice a visage to build a visage, a puzzle to its owner. What? It's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. Sounds like it. That's a paper tornado around a telephone booth? Vertex texture fetch, tree television and suspended cathode ray tube. 1968, found materials. Bob, this seems like your kind of thing. Oh yeah, I love this one, somewhat domestic but so weird. Guess I'm just really into weird domestic these days. spinning coin, suspended, correcting for angular motion, 1976, found materials. Didn't you have one of these? Oh yeah, at an old microfilm reader like this. I got it at a garage sale, couldn't figure out what to do with it. That's my whole shed, just a bunch of weird obsolete electronics I thought I might use. At least it's not in a landfill. Yeah, who knows what kind of chemicals they put in these things. What's the half-life of microfilm and weird old electronics? I guess everything gets broken down eventually. So this coin is spinning all the time. Oh, and this is where we came in. Okay. So I assume we're ready to go out then. Once the camera turns around enough. Like this much. Yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. The interesting thing is these three are the three ones that played dice in the basement of the gas station, which is weird to me. Yeah, I need to get to work anyway. And I assume we're done with the interlude? Yeah, we can now commence to Act 2, which we will play tomorrow. Have a nice day, see you then.